Hello, boys and girls. You are now listening, if you're on Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, and now Podbean. Yes, we are now on Podbean. Or watching on YouTube. And I guess I'm a little dressed up for the occasion. If you're on YouTube, I got on my little nerd outfit. Got on the glasses and a bow tie, the suspenders. Why not be a little festive? Happy Halloween. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, it's Peter Talks Smackdown. So it was a Halloween special. You know, the ghouls and the spooky stuff and the pumpkins and all that shit was going on SmackDown this week. Now, I'm not really dressed as anything kind of ghoulish or scary unless you find nerds completely terrifying. And most of us are nerds anyway. This is like what I look like on the inside. I look like this on the inside. As a wrestling fan, a big old nerd. But yes, again, you are watching and listening to Peter Talks Smackdown. Happy Halloween. I hope everyone, is having a happy Halloween. I hope you took time to stop to watch this to get your Smackdown fix review from yours truly. So we're coming off of Hell in a Cell, and we're coming off of Raw, where everything just basically moved over. Hell in a Cell was a big old blow off. We've got our number one contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in Roman Reigns, and stories are moving forward, and we're seeing what this is going to be in terms of how they're going to translate that over to SmackDown and what new stories are moving in that direction as well. Next up, we got Survivor Series, so it's time to get a bunch of teams together and build new feuds. This week's SmackDown is in Phoenix, Arizona, and it starts off before anything kicks off. It starts off like an actual, like a show. It starts off like, it almost seemed like this is the WWE Smackdown show. You know, how they've been doing with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon or Kane at the beginning of Raw, sort of going down the lineup or what to expect or anything like that. That didn't happen that much. They actually went more into the whole Bray Wyatt feud, the whole Bray Wyatt Undertaker storyline they got going on, where the Wyatt family, four deep, with the return of Luke Harper, has decimated the Undertaker and decimated Kane, and they are the owners of their soul. And like it went through that whole storyline leading to tonight, where Bray Wyatt shows up. He's sitting in a chair. He cuts a promo about owning the souls of Kane and Taker, and that he issues a challenge because he is the new face of fear now that Kane and Undertaker are out of the picture. So he wanted to issue a face of fear challenge to any three individuals that want to go up against his posse, which is Braun Strowman, Luke Harper, and the returning Eric Rowan. And that's basically how SmackDown it begins, and then the actual music hits. But it kicks off with Roman Reigns, and he talks about, I think that's probably the only, he talks about defeating Bray Wyatt and moving forward to becoming possibly the next WWE Heavyweight Champion. And it's probably the only guy on the roster that actually acknowledges what happened to them at Hell in a Cell. Like, if you go over all the matches that happened on Hell in a Cell, no one's talked about who they beat other than, say, Bray Wyatt. Wait a minute. Bray Wyatt lost. He don't even talk about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was the only person out of this entire card, other than say Del Rio, that mentioned something about their previous feud. So Reigns comes out, he's like, yeah, I just kicked Bray Wyatt's ass, and now I'm the number one contender. Believe that. And Kevin Owens comes out. Now, maybe this is something where they were trying to get the heat from, say, what happened in that fatal four-way from Monday, where Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns sort of squared off in the middle of the ring, and the crowd got real hot for that. But he comes out, and he talks about Kevin Owens comes out, and he talks about how his win at that fatal four-way was a fluke. It was only a mere seconds where the tables turned. And, you know, if it would have been different, he would have been the number one contender for the belt. Which I still think it's too soon for him to be talking about how he wants another belt. He's only held that Intercontinental belt maybe less than a month. I mean, maybe a month and a half. I mean, I get it. He wants to spread his wings and become like world champion. But you know what? If we're going to try to build the legacy of the Intercontinental champ, how about be proud of that belt for a while, Sonny Boy? Like, pump your brakes. Maybe I'm the only one that feels this way. Well, anyway, he calls out. I mean, Roman Reigns basically calls out. He's like, well, fuck, get the fuck in the ring. I ain't got time for your lip. Let's fight. So we get the match between Owens and Reigns. And this match, I'm going to do something, right? Because I feel like Roman Reigns is Mr. Kick, Punch, Slap, Kick, Punch, Clothesline, Kick, Slap. But he was doing something. As soon as the bell rings, you get Reigns, and he puts on this hideous-looking headlock. So I'm like, let's see what other moves he does outside the kick, punch, slap, clothesline, kick, slap, punch. So he puts on that ugly-ass headlock. I mean, just hideous. He does a neck breaker. I think he's done that before, but he does a big boot. He doesn't kick, but he does a big boot. Even to the point to where Lawler's like, oh, that was something new. So I guess he didn't even caught his ass off guard that he did something different. It was a kick, but it was a big boot. And then, well, what happens at the end of the match? I mean, the match was whatever. Kevin Owens basically does all the wrestling. There's a spot where Kevin Owens is Superman punched off the top buckle, and he falls outside, and he's all fucked up. And he's like, he stands up, and the ref's counting, and he's like, fuck this, walk, Owens, walk. He grabs his belt, and he bounces into the crowd, and he leaves. And that's just how that ends. Da-dum, da-dum, dum, dum, da-dum. Yeah, Roman Reigns. He's the new LOL. Reigns wins, which I thought is a good thing that he wins this way. Now, again, they're sitting on a possible feud at some point. I guess say if Owens becomes number one contender, when Reigns has the belt, I mean, that would make in itself, say, down the road, their feud. I mean, I only hope that Owens keeps that Intercontinental belt going after the world belt later on. I mean, I don't see anybody else that's going to hold that Intercontinental belt that even makes sense. I mean, someone new, someone fresh. But yeah, I'm glad this was a count out. Yeah, Owens lost, but it wasn't a clean pin. Yeah, save that for something down the road. And then you get a very, very sexy Renee Young in a Tinkerbell outfit. And she's bum rushed by Ambrose, who basically is accepted the challenge, the Face of Fear challenge. And he's like, I can go at it alone if no one wants to join me. Fuck it. And then as he leaves, it gets cute. And let's say this. This episode is fun. The first half of this show is fun, right? It's just something fun. I mean, it gets serious around the later part of the show. But Bo Dallas makes an appearance in a sheet with holes cut in it. He's a ghost. And he's like, boo. Renee Young. And Renee Young is like, what the fuck? He's like, you're not scared? I mean, he takes off his shit, and it's Bo Dallas. But he's not Bo Dallas tonight. He's Boo Dallas. All right? All you have to do is believe that he's going to scare someone tonight. It's funny. It's good stuff for him. The next match, we get a tag team terror 4 corners match. You see how these cute little names? You got the Face of Fear match. We got the tag team terror 4 corners. Yeah, which is the Dudleys versus the Lucha Dragons versus Barrett and Wade. Barrett and Sheamus, and the Ascension. And you have the New Day on commentary. Now, there's 2 things that's happening here. You have, this was all about the Lucha Dragons. I mean, they went in and kicked ass. I mean, you look at the Dudleys, you know, the Ascension wasn't even there. Barrett got a lot of, he was in there a lot. Sheamus, they did their thing. But my God, Sin Cara and Kalisto, it's like, they're like, yo, fuck this, Cena's gone. Let's get our shine on. We'll probably lose, but let's lose like some fucking G's. And they went in like a house of fucking fire. Sin Cara, all that, man. This shit was dope. And they win this motherfucker. They actually win with the Selena del Sol flip from the outside to tag in. He flips from the outside and drops the hell out of who does he drop? I don't even know. I don't even remember who the fuck he even takes out. But it don't even matter. It don't even fucking matter. He just drops whoever the fuck ever for the pin. But the real MVPs of this match is the New Day. They come out on commentary, and they are doing the commentary in a way that will have you on the fucking floor. They're like talking in a nerdy kind of like, without calling out races or anything, but like it's a super nerdy, very old school, very obnoxious way. And it's some of the, if you haven't watched this yet, if you're just watching this or listening to this review and you haven't seen it yet, just go on the network and just pull up the Tag Team Terror 4 Corners match just to hear the New Day commentary. They kill it. That's a part where Rich Brennan is trying to get in. He's like, yo, 'cause they've done this before. Like, we come in to do, this is a break for you. Just take a break. And then they get back to it. And it's actually, they're calling the match really good. But it's just the manner they're doing it in that it's just so fucking funny. But the only thing here is like, come on, where are we going with the New Day now? They're in a weird clusterfuck of what's their identity. Are they? Oh, because forgot too. They came out in like their new shirts because they've been pushing the whole unicorn thing. But they actually come out in actual fucking horns, unicorn horns. They actually had that shit strapped on their fucking head, and their goddamn unicorns touching unicorn horns. You gotta make up your mind what you want to do with these guys. Do you want to make them sinister? I mean, the trombone gimmick is gone. I mean, we're waiting for Xavier Wood to come back. And, they're decimated and getting clean victories. They maintain the belts and everything. But if you're going to take away all their gimmicks or take away things that make them look sinister and throw them in a situation where they look more sinister, come off as more sinister, then follow up. Because, I would much rather not them go on this whole like thing where they're sinister and then still be a bunch of goofballs. There's no Jekyll Hyde thing here. That's what y'all had Kane for, to do that kind of a thing. So it's kind of hard to follow what you want to do with the New Day. I mean, obviously in ring and personality-wise, they got it. But are they badasses or are they goofball badasses? Or are they just goofballs? Because that's what they were tonight. There was nothing intimidating about them watching this show. They were just a bunch of fucking goofballs. Now, next time, maybe Monday or next SmackDown, and they're like decimating like the Lucha Dragons or something. You know, like, my God. Like, that's going to be real fucked up. Because we don't know where we're at with these guys. So I feel like pay attention to this, because WWE, you can actually ruin them by not making up your mind where you want to go with them. You have them decimate the Dudleys and fucking Lucha Dragons, and then you got them wearing unicorn fucking horns. Just make up your mind. I mean, I'm having fun regardless, but come on, you're ruining them if you don't make up your mind. After that match, they go into commercial break. They came back and Lawler says something. And it caught my attention almost instantly. He goes, "The New Day have inspired my Halloween costume. I'm going to wear a shirt that says life, and I'm going to hand out lemons." Right? And if you don't pay attention to it, you can miss it. But what he was saying is, the New Day has taken lemons, this New Day gimmick, and they've made lemonade. I mean, even Lawler, because that whole segment was very entertaining. I imagine that was him, putting over the fact that last segment was something that was fun, something that was funny, something he enjoyed. So, enough to even address the whole life, when life gives you a lemon, makes lemonade. He's like basically putting over what the New Day gimmick was and has become. And I just thought I'd put that out there. We get, Cesaro on the back. He shows up and tells Ambrose that he's going to join him. And they go back and forth on some silly costume and what people look like kind of a thing. But then Boo Dallas shows up and tries to scare Cesaro. Nada. Did not happen. We get Dolph Ziggler as Nikki Sixx. And the King was going nuts over this costume. But he's like, you know who Dolph Ziggler is? You know who he is? You know who he is? And Brennan's just trying to get through the introduction. He's like, it's Nikki Sixx. It's Nikki Sixx. And, anyway, he's facing The Miz. And this is a trick or treat street fight. Again, another cute title for a match. And all I could think, before I go any further, but the whole Nikki Sixx thing, and Booker T just goes, and this is why I love Booker T. He has the wit. He has like this sort of other side of the coin wit that JR has. He just knows when to say the right thing at the right time. That's very sharp, JBL doesn't really have that talent. He'll just say something and try to outsmart people. JR had a tendency to sort of make you look, not necessarily. I'm trying to describe how JR would just sort of be like naive to a certain extent when he gave his commentary back in the day, when he had when he was back and forth with Bobby the Brain or something like that. It was like, it's hard to explain, but maybe you get what I'm saying, where he just like be really witty and just sort of be the comic relief to a certain extent with just his good old boy personality. And Booker T is this tonight. He does it twice, and this is the first one, because it's like, it's not like Booker T is listening to the Motley Crue, right? So you got King over there losing his shit. And then there's this moment of silence, and Booker T goes, "That's who that is." I fucking cracked up. It was just something simple, because it's like, he wouldn't fucking know who the hell Nikki Sixx is. Oh, that's who that is. I just thought that was great. Well, anyway, this is another gimmick match that Dolph. You remember when Dolph Ziggler and I think The Miz, because they're both from Cleveland. Anytime they go to Cleveland, do like a gimmick match or a Cleveland street fight or some shit. But then even Ziggler, there was this one series of matches he did with, I want to say Sandow, Mizdow. and they were just doing a bunch of gimmick matches. So this is another gimmick match. Is Dolph Ziggler like he's like the designated gimmick match guy? Because it's no one else is really doing them. I mean, he's going to be in that gimmick match. Doesn't matter. Like when they were in, I think they were in, the gimmick match in Cleveland was like the Hall of Fame music something, or Memphis or whatever. It's just, here he is in a fucking match where there's a bunch of fucking pumpkins and shit, and bobbing for apples and shit. And like kendo sticks dressed up as fucking like Halloween candy. It's like, you mean to tell me this guy is about to be in a full-blown fucking feud with Tyler Breeze, and he has to go through a fucking gimmick match where there's bobbing for apples involved. So, I mean, whatever. It's fun. That's what this match actually ended up being at first. It was a lot of... It was kind of jumping the shark, you get bobbing for apples. You think Miz is about to fucking do something to Dolph. He turns the tables, he's bobbing, putting Miz's head in the water, bobbing for apples. Then he puts a pumpkin on his head. He super kicks the pumpkin, which was actually a cool, a really, really extremely cool spot. But there's a spot, right, where they're outside and the Miz, gets the upper hand by throwing Dolph into the steel stairs. And then that's when everything turns. And this really kind of jumped the shark, family-friendly, whoop-de-doo match turns into something pretty fucking sinister. Where the knee is exposed and Miz just goes the fuck after it. And because it's like this, trick-or-treat street fight, that there's no disqualifications. So he gets the knee, he fucks up the knee, he wraps that sumbitch around a pole, around the turnbuckle pole, and then he slaps that sumbitch real good with a chair. He just goes, yeah! And I'm like, no, wait a minute, things escalated pretty quickly in this fucking match. But he doesn't get the win. He goes for the figure four to sort of capitalize on the damage he put on that knee. But we get the schoolboy roll up, and Dolph Ziggler gets the win. But as he's reeling from the knee injury, out comes Tyler Breeze with Summer Rae, and he's there to basically pick the bones. And he again fucks up Dolph Ziggler. What is it? There's a when Tyler Breeze comes to the ring, Dolph is like, fuck this, and he gets the early advantage, but that only lasts like for maybe two hits, and then Tyler just tears his ass up. And then they're taking selfies on the apron. That's Summer Rae and Dolph and Tyler Breeze. And at first I was like, well, where the fuck is Tyler Breeze? And he shows up. Again, this is his second appearance on SmackDown, third appearance on the main roster. Him and Summer Rae look good. I mean, they're making him look like a badass. No complaints. Like from Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling, I'm just gonna wait for them to fuck this up somehow, because the Tyler Breeze gimmick is just, unless they really do an overhaul later on where he strips himself of all that fucking stuff, that he'll be an actual contender. And again, we got years till that, becomes anything. But again, he's in a solid feud now. Dolph Ziggler, you can ask for a better opponent. Again, even though they look very much alike, just Tyler Breeze is a shorter version. But when they finally get into the ring, it's going to be something for the books. I mean, look forward to a Steamboat Savage WrestleMania type of match, all right? So we get Paige versus Natalya. Now, Paige off her turn on Team PCB by fucking up Becky Lynch and fucking up Charlotte Flair. She's the lone wolf. She's the heel now. Natalya's like, you don't turn on your friends, bitch. I'm about to teach you a lesson in loyalty. But they have a match. And the only thing that really stands out is as soon as the bell rings, Paige kicks the living shit out of Natalya. The first move, just a straight kick to the face. And then there's a German suplex. And I'm like, by Natty. And I'm like, oh, look. The German suplex has become a popular fucking move. Thanks, Brock Lesnar. You know, I think they're trying to get the Suplex City pop. Anyone who does it, they're trying to get the Suplex City. Before the match ends, and this is where, after the suplex, it was a good looking one, I may add. Natty knows her shit. She knows how to make shit look good. And, Paige's gangly ass, she makes a move look real good because she's so long. Well, anyway, I need to speed through this. Team Bad comes out. And basically calls out like who attacked her because everyone didn't believe Paige, and Paige like I ain't do it. And it seems that Team Bad are the culprits to this whole attacking Natty in the back shenanigans, and the distraction gets Natty in a PTO, and she gets the win, and then Team Bad comes in and pick the bones. The only thing we get 2 pick the bones back to back, huh? And the thing that stands out about this segment and Team Bad coming out is that Sasha's music is playing, and Sasha is lead on the promo. So, are they transitioning over that Sasha Banks is the leader of Team Bad? I mean, they should. I mean, I guess Naomi. I love Naomi, but like Sasha Banks is money right now, and it only makes sense. And I love her theme song. I fucking love her theme song. I love it. Love it. It's like one of my favorites. I mean, another theme song I think is pretty fucking awesome is the upgraded Emma. It's like, do, 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 but it's all like dubstep and shit. It's pretty fucking dope. But I love Sasha Banks. So when her music hit, I was like, oh, I guess they're going, and her cutting the promo. So look for Team Bad, for the leader of Team Bad to be Sasha Banks, I guess, moving forward. And I guess that's the first match that we're going to see. They all get in there and hit their finisher. Naomi does a finisher where she just grabs her legs and she comes down. Her legs basically kicks the shit out of the chin of Natalya. That was the second move. Snuka super kick. And then you get that leg fucking arm pull thing from Naomi, and then you get the bake statement. And then it looks like they're going to try to build to a Survivor Series, and I think that's going to be Natty, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch going up against Team Bad. Meanwhile, Paige, she just vanishes. What we do with Paige, we don't know. We don't know. Maybe she's going to get some vacation time because she's not really needed. Even now, like, you would think that after the turn that there would be, like, instant heat. But it looks like with Team Bad coming back into the picture and they're going after Natalya and how Natalya stuck up for Charlotte and Lynch, that they will only return the favor. I guess while that's going on, I guess Paige would just be a pest to Becky and Flair. Oh man, I need to speed through this. We finally get the last group to the Face the Fear challenge, and it is Ryback. And I think Boo Dallas tries to get in there, but it's to nuevo. Del Rio and Zeb Coulter come out, and they're pushing the whole Mex American thing, and it's going to take some growing. And that the belt, the U.S. belt, is the Mex American belt now. It's not just the American belt, the U.S. belt. It's the U.S. Mexican belt. And they're going to go with this. It's kind of, you just see where it goes, man. We see where it goes. We get a squash match with R-Truth as his opponent, Del Rio, that is. And he doesn't get the armbar in here either. I guess they're waiting for the big moment to get that armbar back in motion. He does the knees to the arm. You think he's about to hit it, but he doesn't. He defeats R-Truth with the double foot stomp as he dangles off the ropes and for the 1-2-3 victory. He did that same move to Neville. So it looks like this is his finisher, and a kick to the face is his finisher, but he hasn't yet brought out the bar. So let's see what happens. We finally get the payoff from Boo Dallas. When you see Mark Henry walking down the hallway, you go, uh-oh, he's going to try to scare Mark Henry. We all know how this ends. Do I need to say more? We get to the final match, a very interesting match, I mean, to say the least. It's the babyfaces goes wild. They go wild, especially Cesaro. But we get Ambrose, Cesaro, Ryback versus the Wyatt family, and this is the Face of Fear challenge. Something that was funny that happened before the match as the Wyatts are coming out. Jerry the King Lawler's like, don't talk during the intro of the Wyatts. It's bad luck. It's bad luck. And then he keeps telling Bren why he shouldn't. And then there's the second moment for Booker T. He's like, well, stop talking, then. Just because it's funny. Because, Lawler's just like, he won't stop talking, telling someone not to talk during Bray Wyatt's entrance, or the Wyatt family's entrance, and how much bad luck it is. And Booker T's, well, stop talking, then. Oh, it's hilarious. What is it? What's going on here? Well, anyway, the match itself is pretty good. Ambrose gets some, he gets his licks in. Ryback gets his licks in, but man, does everything go to 11 when Cesaro gets in there. He goes off. Uppercuts everywhere, here and there. Uppercut here, uppercut there. Drop kick, sweet drop kick as I think Rowan is on the top buckle. Man, this guy goes crazy. He fucking hits. He goes and hits like Braun Strowman over there. And then he just runs over to the other side to give like Harper an uppercut. I mean, that motherfucker went nuts. If you just watch this match alone, if go to the website or go to YouTube, just watch this match. Cesaro fucking kills. The crowd goes nuts. And, everything just goes out of control. Ryback spears Strowman through the announce booth. And you got Cesaro about to go for the big swing. I guess Harper is taken out by Ambrose with a suicide dive. And then you get Rowan. Is it Rowan? No, Harper. You get Harper in the ring with Cesaro, and he's about to do the big swing. Well, before he get the big swing in, not only is he distracted by Braun Strowman getting up from after being speared by Ryback, where the fuck he goes, no one knows. He flips over the fucking table, just destroys the fucking table like it's nothing. That thing's pretty heavy, but he's a strong man. I mean, he won like the strongman contest of like 2010 or something like that. So he's a pretty strong motherfucker. He lifted that damn table like it was a fucking Ouija board or something. He just, Halloween, Ouija board. He flipped that fucker. And he, gets on the apron, and that distracts everybody. And Bray Wyatt gets up, and he pops Cesaro in the face, which leads to the Lariat from Hell by Harper 1-2-3 victory. It's great you're keeping the fucking Wyatt strong. It's so great. I love it. If you're going to fucking have them as a new Face of Fear, taking out the Undertaker, the Phenom, taking out the Demon Kane, motherfucker holding his damn mask and hair. Which was funny. Did anyone notice at the Hell in a Cell against Seth Rollins, when Seth Rollins was grabbing and working the hair, the ref was like, get off the hair, get off the hair. And I'm like, I watched this show. That's not Kane's hair. Maybe they did that on purpose. But he was like, get off that's not his fucking hair. What do you mean, get off his hair? Get off his wig? Let go of the wig. Let go of the wig. But even in the beginning, when Bray Wyatt is cutting the promo, he has the mask, with the hair. It's like, so if you're going to put these some bitches over as a badass group, awesome. Cool the fuck does. But man, We get another awesome display of fucking athleticism and awesomeness from Cesaro, and he takes the pin. Oh no. That's just something my inner nerd, my outer nerd now, is just like, oh man, I hate seeing fucking Cesaro lose. I hate it. Anyway. What happens after this? Yeah, that's it. And nothing else. I mean, Ambrose and Ryback suddenly disappear. And then they're standing over Cesaro's dead body. God! And that's how the show ends. Yeah. I mean, fun show. I mean, I got no qualms with this show. It's very funny. I like the Boo Dallas thing. Seeing Renee Young and Tinkerbell outfit was very hot. I like to sit there and when Ambrose rolls up, it's like, I'm fucking you in that later. That's all I could think. Great match. A decent enough match between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, setting up something for the future. That's all. I mean, again, Roman Reigns, whatever. But just planting a seed for something down the road. It ended the right way. We trying to get into the groove of the Mets Americans between Zeb Coulter and Del Rio. His fucking Lucha Underground role was so good, right? And he goes to shit in this thing. It's just like, oh, look, back to like shitty writing from shitty creative. They could do something so much cooler with him. And maybe this gets cooler. We just have to wait and see. We get Sin Cara and Kalisto, the Lucha Dragons, getting a good victory. They look awesome. They've got their shit together. And a New Day commentary was very, very great. So I got nothing really much to say about this show. I mean, this is all front to back, good show. And we got some Sasha Banks. You can't get mad at that. Everyone talks about how Raw was, how great it was. I mean, it was a great wrestling show. But if I was to compare, even then, plus that it's shorter, if I could compare one and the other, I mean, I think to me, and it was fun too, SmackDown won. SmackDown won this week in terms of, just an all-around show. Just an all-around good show. Really good show. Good matches too. I mean, can't get mad. So that's how I'll end this motherfucker. And is there anything else I wanted to mention? Nah, I don't want to mention nothing else. Hit the subscription button below. And again, if you're listening on iTunes, subscribe. If you're listening on SoundCloud, subscribe. If you're listening on Stitcher, subscribe. If you're listening on Podbean, now on Podbean, subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, again, hit that button down below and do the following things. If you got something to say, leave a comment. And you can hit me at PJTW Central on Twitter. Again, that's PJTW Central on Twitter. So you can hit me, leave a comment below, or you can send a comment via Twitter. Thumbs up. They got these things where you can like it. And it gets enough likes. The logarithm pushes the videos or whatever you got to the top of video or audio to the top of the list of things. Obviously, this is wrestling talk, sports entertainment, wrestling talk, whatever, sports podcast and all that shit. So do that, please. I love that. And then you can also share. Yeah, sharing is caring. Hit the share button, hit the reloop button, whatever you do, just hit it. Hit that fucker. Share that to the rest of the world. Peter talks SmackDown. Peter and Jake talks wrestling. The New Day podcast are the way to go. Yeah, all the way to motherfucking go. And anything else? Sharon's caring. And you go check out my my videos if you're on YouTube. Check out my videos if you're listening. But yeah, go on YouTube. Check out my live reactions to 2 matches to the Hell in a Cell. The John Cena challenge against Del Rio. there's two videos actually. The one of just me popping to Del Rio is like at 2,500, and I think that's pretty fucking cool. That definitely helped the YouTube page. But then go check out the other ones too. Check out the full thing. Get my full reaction on the entire match. Anything else? Yeah, that's about it. Watch out for those foreign objects. Happy Halloween. Don't dress up as something stupid. Like, don't dress up in blackface or wear Indian stuff. Like, don't do that. Native American. Like, don't dress up like any ethnicity. That's fucking lame. Dress up, have fun. Be a nerd. Ain't no color to the nerd. Go as a witch. Go as Frankenstein. He's green. But anyway, happy Halloween. And watch out for those foreign broomsticks.